Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Melad Momtaz, the political analyst. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir. Well, Dr. Momtaz, now after the winning of Donald Trump to be the 47th President of the United States of America, how do you see the path of the Egyptian-American relations?
Actually, when it comes to the Egyptian-American relations after the re-election of Mr. Donald Trump, I believe that we wouldn't be suggesting or making expectations about this, because it would be more or less based on the first term, because that's his second term or second time at the White House. He focused in the first term when it comes to Egypt on being practical in the sense that when it comes to economic relations, he worked really hard on strengthening economic relations between Egypt and the United States of America. And I think that was very much fruitful to both countries. So more or less it was more of a mutual thing between the two countries. So economically speaking, once again, I believe that is a very good chance for Egypt to strengthen the economic relations with the United States of America. And my expectation, or I'm hoping rather, to see more American investment in Egypt in the coming 4 years.
Yes. Yes, Doctor, of course Egypt has a very good and significant diplomatic presence in the United States of America. So give us an idea about the diplomatic relations in the coming period.
Diplomatically speaking, I believe that the two countries should work hand in hand to deal with the very present situation in the Middle East. And that's very urgent in my mind, because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East has been very dangerous, not only to the Middle East, but to the entire world.
Yes. And
we have seen that the Democratic administration has drastically failed to deal with the situation in Gaza, in Lebanon, and regarding the relation between Israel and Iran. And we've been seeing the ongoing agony of the Palestinian people, and nowadays the Lebanese people as well.
Yes.
And the Democratic administration, literally, they have done nothing. And I believe that what they have been doing is to help out Israel, becoming more aggressive, becoming more brutal, not accepting any initiative or any suggestion of having a ceasefire or a deal to stop this bloodshed. So I believe, yeah.
So, Doctor, you're expecting more support to Israel in the coming phase?
I believe it's not the word support. It's about being balanced. What I'm trying to say is that, okay, the United States of America, with someone like Donald Trump in power now, can stop the ongoing bloodshed. And I mean it exactly, because he can exert pressure, put pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu. That's what I'm hoping. I know that he has made different statements supporting Israel wholeheartedly. I get this. I fully understand this. But more or less, that's more of a political rhetoric, as we know, because of the Jewish community in the United States of America and the Jewish voters in the United States of America. But in my mind, I believe we can work with Mr. Donald Trump to stop this ongoing conflict in the Middle East. And yes. I think he can do something about it.
Yes. Yes, but Donald Trump, this is not the first time to be the president, and he knows the role that is played by Egypt in the region, of course. How would this also push him or give an optimistic sign for solving the problem in the Middle East and paving way for a serious ceasefire in Gaza Strip and Lebanon?
As I said earlier, Donald Trump knows about the situation in the Middle East very well. And he knows that, okay, diplomacy is very important. And I believe as well that he knows that the best way of get things done is to get everyone to sit at the same table and to discuss everything openly and frankly. But at the same time, he knows how to stop Israel. The Democratic administration, headed by Mr. Joe Biden, couldn't do this. But my feeling goes like what Mr. Joe Biden didn't want to stop Israel. And we should forget about the rhetoric that's being done by the Democratic administration for the last year that, okay, that we do care for the Palestinians and Lebanese nowadays. I don't think so. I don't buy this by all means.
Yes. So, Doctor, also concerning the stance of or the role played by Egypt, of course, as a mediator in, for example, for Libya, for Yemen, in also Syria, what do we also expect in the coming phase from the United States of America?
My mind goes in the direction of being hopeful and being optimistic about the coming 4 years. Because for America and Mr. Donald Trump, namely, he knows very well about our president, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi,
yes.
And he dealt with him for 4 years.
Yes, that's true, yes.
So they know each other very well.
Very well, yes.
And I think they had very good chemistry before they dealt with each other. So I think we're not starting from scratch regarding foreign policy between the two leaders.
So this is one of the things that we should be optimistic about, because for 4 years, as you've just mentioned, Doctor, that they have dealt with each other, and President Donald Trump knows very well the efforts exerted by Egypt and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi concerning the role played by Egypt in the Middle East, and also for in other parts of the Arab world, like Sudan, like Yemen, like Libya, and not only in Lebanon and Gaza.
Definitely, yes, I agree with you. And let me add something which is very important. Okay, Mr. Donald Trump knows very well about the real weight of Egypt, the real value of our country, in not only in the region, but in the entire world. I still recall the first, I think, couple of weeks or couple of months of this Democratic administration. We spent some time to deal with Mr. Joe Biden and to convince Mr. Joe Biden of the real value or the real weight of what Egypt is all about, which I think that was not positive by all measures. But with Mr. Donald Trump, he knows very well about the country. He knows very well about the leaders. He knows very well about the situation right now in the Middle East.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Melad Momtaz, the political analyst. I really had the pleasure to have this phone with you. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.